right, there we go, main. All right, cool. Well, everybody, welcome to everybody out there in TV land. Eddie here. It's not blurry, right? Seems okay to me. Seems okay? All right, awesome. So Eddie here with reporting live from Flynn's Arcade, located in Margate, Florida, with the one, the only, the man of the hour, UbersCosplay, otherwise known as Ben. If you don't know his real, I don't know if did you want people to know your real name? That's fine. Yeah, okay. So his alias, UbersCosplay. And first off, guys, just want to thank you so much for checking out the stream. We are live on Instagram, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on UbersCosplay's Instagram as well. So thank you so much for that. We have a great show for you today, episode 2. We're trying to do these not podcasts, but we're trying to do these talks, these episodes every week on Monday at 7 o'clock. It is 7:15. I apologize for the tardiness. It took a little longer to set everything up than I anticipated because we got a lot of different new components. You can kind of see we have a new skin going on. I'm not really sure how to integrate the chat into that where it says chat, but we'll figure that out as the day goes on. So today, yes, Miami Gunpla, the robot guy, correct. The robot guy. And Miami Gunpla joins us on Thursday nights too. You've probably seen him. He's like he's on the end. Black hair, you know. So what I'm going to try to do too, I had some comments that as we get comments or questions, I'll try to do a better job at making sure that we are aware of them, and we'll kind of pause and answer questions or comments as we go, just so that they're able to participate accordingly. Okay. So if we pause, you'll see our heads moving because we have 3 or 4 different things running. So once again, Eddie here, Flynn's Arcade. We open tomorrow at 5 p.m. for $10 Tuesday. Be sure to come out and check us out. Always appreciate the shares, the tags, the follows. And I'll give it over to my friend Ben, UbersCosplay, so he can tell you where to find him if you want to link up with him. Go for it.
If you guys want to follow any of my model kit work or my costume work online, you can find me on social cosplay. It's UB.
Oh, remember, it's down, Ben.
Oh, well, that would probably help.
There you go. So, all right, a little back and rewind. All right,
well, told me to put it up.
Here you go. All right, yeah, I completely forgot to put it back.
All right,
go for it.
Once again, my name is Ben, aka UbersCosplay. If you guys would like to follow my costume work or my model kits or any of my other work I do, you can follow me on social media. I'm on pretty much everything as UbersCosplay. That's UBERS Cosplay. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, pretty much everything, and going live right now on Instagram, so you guys can follow me on there as well.
Awesome. Right. And I had some people ask Ben last time, and I forgot to mention it. Do you do like commission work if people want you to build something for them?
I don't do commission work for full suits usually, just
Okay.
because the time is so extreme.
Okay.
But for props and stuff like that, I do. I've done tons of helmets for people, weapons, that kind of thing. But if you'd like to talk about, like, if you're looking for a full suit, I'm always willing to, like, listen to what you want. But
Okay.
in that kind of regard, I'm usually towards more trying to get people to build their own kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So, because we did have some people reach out asking whether or not you built commission pieces, and I know the suits take an absorbent amount of time, effort, money.
That's really the hard part about it, is being able to make it a reasonable price with the amount of time it takes to do it.
Yeah. So if you're looking for weapons or you're looking for helmets or other paraphernalia, by all means, reach out to UbersCosplay. Once again, he's on his Instagram, so if you guys can head on over there and just give it a like or a follow, I know that would be super greatly appreciated. And of course, guys, we also restream this or upload it to our YouTube channel, just in case you miss a portion of it. So before we get into the nitty gritty, today here at Flynn's, I got these two new treats. I don't really know what they are. I figured this would be like, as I get them in. So we got 2 new treats from the Oriental Market. I don't really know what they are. I don't speak whatever language. I mean, it's probably some sort of Orient language.
Mine's got some English. It's gluten-free, and it's called potato pellets.
Oh, you can read it in English?
No.
Oh, I was Korean.
They were kind of to subtitle the bag.
Oh, yeah. Mine's completely in. There's no subtitles on this one. It's not dubbed. So, yeah, go for it. Crack it open. Give it a shot. So, we'll have these at Flynn's. Let's see. So, what's yours taste like?
They're kind of like, you ever had like those air puff potato chips?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Really? Mine are like, it tastes like a cereal. Like it's sweet.
I'll try one.
Yeah, it's sweet. No, these are good too.
Yeah, I like these.
They're like potato chips, 100%. 100%. Yeah, these are. Did you notice they're like his belly button? Like, I don't know if you guys can see that.
Is that what we're eating?
It's like his belly button right there, you know? Anyways. All right, well, we have them at Flynn's. By all means, come by. Help yourself. And enjoy it. So, today's topic, Ben, what do we have for the first segment before we do the build?
Well, I mentioned last week that I got into not just the Gundam models and the tanks and stuff like that, but I also kind of like the kits that are coming out a lot lately now of the girls.
Okay. 100%.
And so I brought a few of them. One I did recently. This one was of a.
And we can switch. We'll switch screens, guys. Watch this. Fancy, fancy. Sure. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. So this was one I built at Flynn's actually 2 or 3 weeks ago. And this is one of the characters from the Girls in Panzer anime. And it's a cute little model kit of one of the characters from the show. And the great thing about these is you have the option of building them in the different school outfits.
Right.
And different poses and stuff on the limbs. And you can even change the expression because it comes with a variety of sticker sheets. And these were especially neat because when you bought one kit, it came with the parts to build 2 characters from the show.
Okay,
so
cool.
So you could pick between the 2. And then the other kit came with 3 of them.
Cool, awesome. And also the build time really didn't take that long. I mean, how much time did you say that you put into that kit?
Per character, because
it had 3, right?
Sorry?
Did it have 3 characters?
I bought all 5, but the bigger kit has the 3.
He brought all
I'm
5.
a fan of the show, so I had to get them all. But the good thing is the bodies are identical between them, so you could build these all 5 of them in a hurry, probably just like 15 minutes for each.
Okay.
And then the head is just the hard part with the head was putting on the stickers for the expression because every little
you can bring it up. See if you can go closer to the camera.
Yeah.
Without getting blurry. Yeah.
So you guys can see the expression on the face.
So the stickers, so the eyes change out, the mouth change out, the little blush parts over underneath the eyes change out.
Yeah, and so does the outfit. Like, I don't have it here, but you could do in her jacket. You could have her, instead of her stockings, she has just the bare feet.
Okay.
Or she has gloves on the hands, things like that.
Okay. So that's pretty nifty the way it's set up and how it comes. And it was fairly simple. And I know, like you said, it comes with multiple characters, right? In the set.
And I ended up getting the whole set, which is the 5 main characters of the show.
Okay.
But I was a big fan of the show, so I had to pick these up when I saw these.
Awesome. Yeah, because you had ordered it as like a test run. We didn't have them here.
I saw them.
The order, right?
I kind of saw them come up on the site, and I'm like, I kind of just want to order those for myself. But there's a lot of these kind of kits in like the Idolmaster anime/game.
Okay.
So if that's something people are into, we might be able to get more of those in the future.
Yeah, I think so.
And there's a lot of, not this specific line, but there's a lot of like the cute anime girls from shows like Fate Grand Order, which is a really popular cell phone game, and it's also an anime as well. I built a few of those, but that's other things we might be able to get in the future, things like that. But they're like these cute little petite, more like a statue than a model kit because there's really not much posability. But they're just neat if you're into those characters and you want to try something a little bit different, maybe something a little bit easier, maybe something to get some of the women in your life into the model kits and stuff like that too. Some of them might be more, interested in these kind of model kits rather than the robots.
So with the investment time is pretty marginal, right?
Yeah, not a lot of time takes to build those.
And what about the tools to build it? Like anything that you wouldn't ordinarily need?
The only thing I used on this one that I don't typically have is I used a pair of tweezers to position the stickers just to get it right because there's so many stickers.
And are they pretty delicate, like with the sticker wise on the eyes?
For them, they can be kind of delicate because they have a lot of clear backing.
Okay.
To try and make it to where they're not super obvious that they're stickers.
Yeah.
So they are a little more delicate. So the tweezers would probably be a good idea. But otherwise, no special tools were needed for these. Still, like any other Bandai kit, no glue required, no special cutters. I used some higher quality cutters I have.
Okay.
And some sandpaper, but other than that, nothing special. Okay. I might go back and paint them later, but for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is.
All right, cool. What else do you have? You have a bunch of other kits on the table. So which other one did you want to show the people? I'll switch that.
When I talked about the mecha musume kits, you see these coming out a lot now with recent Bandai anime, especially the Build Fighters anime, it's a girl version, basically, of one of the mobile suits. This is the Super Fumina kit from Build Fighters. And these are not because it's very cool because it's like high grade. It's got all the high grade weaponry on it.
Right. Remember, they're seeing it from below. Oh, you're showing them
Yeah,
the
I'm trying
weapons.
to show it on
Okay.
both. Yeah, but the scale is much larger. Like when you compare this to a high grade, it's much taller.
So it's like a one bigger than a 1/100.
It's in the same scale. It's just that if you were to put this next to that model in the show, it's that much bigger.
Ah,
It's just a very
okay.
big suit.
Okay, right
But
on.
the cool
right
thing
on.
about these is it's not just the plastic either. Like there are parts that are rubber that actually move like
Really?
the clothing. Like her skirt
Like
is
her
all
skirt
like a
is-
rubberized
Oh,
plastic.
yeah, that's true. Like the bottom part.
And same thing with like the little frill on her maid outfit at the top. It's all rubberized plastic so you can move it around.
Huh.
And like I said, just like the other ones, a lot of really cool customizable weapons. She's got these large cannons and these sub shields as well as her machine gun. And just I think these kits are super cool.
Now, did it come with a stand?
Yeah, and these ones came with the stand
Oh,
as well,
sweet.
so you don't have to worry about
You don't have to
that.
buy a battle base or an action base or
Yeah,
whatever.
most of the
They
girl
should
ones
do
I
it.
believe come with an action base. I don't think I have one that hasn't came with one.
Okay.
But yeah, the Bandai ones are really great.
We have a question.
Sure,
Ben.
shoot.
So, question first off, Miguel Rios de Leon asks. He said exacto knife. Using? I'm assuming he's proclaiming it. Exacto knife.
Yeah.
Like you can use that.
You can use that to
obviously,
cut
right?
it, and well, I have that as well. It's just that I tend to use the cutters and the X-Acto knife.
Okay.
But you can get by with one or the other.
Okay. All right. Right on. Hey, Eden. Hey, thanks so much for checking us out on Twitch. Miguel Rios de Leon also asks, ask him what he thinks about the Transformers Gunpla kits. Has he messed with them yet? It's funny that was mentioned because I have actually ran across the not Megatron, freaking Optimus Prime kit, and I saw it. First off, the price tag on Transformers stuff.
Was it high?
It was very high.
That's surprising.
With this particular kit, maybe it was a place I was looking at, I don't remember exactly. And then I found that also very similar, like in the Star Wars. Once you start getting to like main label stuff, it started getting up. I saw mixed reviews on the Optimus Prime kit. Have you messed around with any of the kits?
I haven't built any of the Transformers kits myself, and I'm not sure off the top of my head what company released that. But I did have something kind of tangentially related, which was this one,
Okay.
which is the Galgagar girl. Not Transformers related
Here, I'll switch
specifically, but this is from Takara Tomy.
Okay.
Just like the Transformers stuff. In the mid-'90s, Transformers was doing pretty poorly in Japan.
Okay.
And so they started doing different shows. One
Right.
of them was the Brave series. This was the last of the Brave series, which was Galgagar. This is kind of the same thing as the other one. It's a girl-style version of the main robot. But you can see it's very much got that Transformer aesthetic to it with the wide shoulders and the big wings, huge knees, and
Even the
stuff
color
like that.
scheme, the red and the black.
Yeah, and this kit is by Kotobukiya,
Okay.
which is one of the other companies I mentioned. Kotobukiya's kits are very nice, but they also have a tendency, especially in these girl ones, to be kind of fragile. Like this one's very, 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 very fiddly. Like there's a lot of parts on here I had to glue on permanently just because they were so tiny. Like I don't know. if you
No,
can
I know. Like on my Skull and Crossbones Gundam that I have in the case, the RG, the little skull in the center of the forehead kept popping off, so I got to
Right,
super glue
and
it.
on this one, it's like just like the jaws on the lion and the chest were like a super tiny separate piece.
So you had to glue those on, make sure they
Yeah.
don't pop off.
But everything about the kit, the detail is really nice. I'm a big fan of the robot. I'm a big fan of these girl-style model kits.
Okay.
So I definitely had to pick that up.
So you haven't dealt with Transformers.
Not specifically, but I've done
Specifically.
some designs by the same company.
Okay, by the same company. So, hey, if that says anything, intricacy is going to probably be something you might need some super glue.
I'd imagine those ones are going to be more complicated than the average Gunpla kit.
Yeah, they're not that big either.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like this is a lot of detail for something so small. There's no paint on this. That's all molded color. So you can see how many different small, tiny little pieces there are on this one.
No, yeah, that'd be a nightmare. We had Rick, one of our friends. He is a heavy Gundam builder. He said flame toys. I don't know exactly, Rick, what you're referring to. Flame toys. I don't know. Just comment what it is. We have here Flame Toys Transformers line are pretty nifty, iffy in terms of their models and fittings. Okay, so I
Yeah.
guess Flame Toys are the people who release them.
Well, that's what I mentioned to you before. Like when I say Bandai's the king when it comes to just straight building.
Right.
Like you don't need anything fancy. You can do that with these other ones, but like I said, this if I like breathe on this wrong, it could fall apart. That's why I had to glue some parts together. Whereas the Fumina here, I could do a lot more with. You can mess around, post that, and you're not going to have too many problems. Not to say that these ones don't look good and you can't do a lot with them. It's just that they're designed as more like display pieces only.
To be prepared for the intricacy.
Be prepared.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, I think that's all the questions we had so far. All right, cool. So we have those two or three more, obviously they're girl characters, female characters.
Yeah, but like if you have a girlfriend that you might want to get into modeling and she maybe doesn't,
Right.
she's not too into the robots per se, these might be something more up her alley that she might want to try.
And we do have a couple here.
Yeah,
we do have a couple here.
I picked up a few on your guys' last order so that you'd have like a variety. But I think all these kits are really great. They're neat. They're a nice change of pace, even if you're just doing like just traditional Gundam models and you just want something to like this one in my case, I have her lined up next to the suit she's based on.
Right.
So they make like a nice pair. They look really cool together. I think it's a neat thing to have.
Did they ever make a Ghost in the Shell model?
Yeah, they have a couple of the different little spider robots. Yeah.
But but not her.
Actually, I think there's one coming out soon, but it's based on the new film, the 2045 one. That's a model kit. Like it's the Tachikoma and then her. But I'm not sure if she's a model kit as well, like an action figure. I haven't looked at it that closely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So definitely, guys, I think the whole preface and the idea was, like Ben said, to show that there were other feminine kits, just in case your girlfriend or significant other or partner didn't want necessarily to build a robot kit, you're able to have access or options pretty much. And also, I mean, we don't have them here, but we know Terry just picked up the little Haro that's like a Hello Kitty.
Right. Those are hard to get.
No, she had waited a long time for it. I mean, we actually I think Will placed the order for the Sailor Moon. That one, I think 4 of them. So, because I know they went pretty quickly, and we have a couple people already want them. So
yeah, my girlfriend's building one actually as well.
Yes, I saw it. His girlfriend is actually watching us from the other side. So, yeah. All right. So Rick said also highly recommend Supernova third-party kits if you can find them. The versions of the Gundam Wing Seed Astray are vastly superior to Bandai's. What do you think about that?
I haven't built any third-party kits, but I know that some of the ones he's talking about. There are kits that are not officially licensed. That are made by third-party companies in China usually.
Right.
And they can have different designs or different effect parts and things like that. Or they may be designs that Bandai hasn't picked up. Like I know they did there was a couple of Chinese G unit kits.
Right.
Which is like kind of an obscure Gundam side story. Mm-hmm. They're getting to kits now in Bandai's official line, but for a while your only option was to go to some of these Chinese companies.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. My mic had died. We're getting a new mic. But what I was saying was, so you could hear it, I was responding to Rick's comment about highly recommend Supernova third-party kits on Facebook if you can find them. And then, Ben had replied back. Miguel also asked, if anyone remembers Xenogears, I wonder if there's any Gunpla for...
Wetal ID. I already know the one he's talking about. Yeah, because that one really stomps you in that game, and it left an impression because it was a really nasty enemy.
Really?
Yeah, the Wetal ID. I know there's a kit of it, but I don't know the company off the top of my head, and I know it was a while back. And there's an action figure of it too that's really rare as well. But I'm actually really big into Xenosaga. Like I got a bunch of the figures of Cosmos and Telos and all the characters from that.
Okay.
But yeah, all the mechs from that series are really cool, but they're also not well represented. There's not a lot of model kits or action figure choices for those designs, unfortunately.
Yeah, sometimes you run into it where there's like... Sometimes you run into it where
he got the reference.
He got the reference. Miguel said he got the reference.
It's a giant kung fu robot. Of course I'm going to know it.
I would imagine Ben would be the person to get the reference. If you make a reference to something like this and Ben doesn't get it, it's on a whole other level. It's really cool. Like you said, sometimes you see kits or you see builds. Like I even picked up some of the Pacific Rim kits.
Oh yeah,
I picked
those
up
are
some
pretty
of those
cool.
myself, and I haven't touched it yet, but it is there in the backlog. And when we say backlog, what we're referring to, guys, is we are talking about kits we own, but we have not touched.
Yeah, that's the thing about having a Gunpla YouTube or stream or anything like that. You always got to brag about your backlog.
Yeah.
No, my backlog's bigger. No, mine's bigger. I've got this in my backlog, that in my backlog. No one's concerned with what you've built. They only want to know what you haven't built yet.
Exactly. Like the one I really want to get to, we'll have to make an episode for is the Mega Size. The Mega Size RX-78.
We should make a thing out of that.
That would be really cool because, we plan to take this as far as possible. And, yeah. So anyways, all right, guys. Well, we don't have any more questions right now. Do you have any questions on your stream? I don't see any popping up.
I might have missed them.
Oh no, I've been paying attention. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do is gonna shift gears here, shift screens really quickly. What Ben has in his possession is a 30-minute kit.
Yeah, this is one of the 30-minute missions kits we were
Okay.
talking about last week.
Right, right.
And I wanted to kind of do a build on stream with this, just to kind of show you guys maybe who aren't into the hobby or maybe a little bit intimidated by it, of how easy it is to build one of these in a relatively short amount of time. And these are, like I said, great for beginners if you haven't done anything like this before and
Oh,
you're
let me
thinking
switch
about
the
getting
camera.
into the hobby. These are pretty much the perfect place to start.
All right. So as what Ben's gonna prepare with his tool, like
All right.
basically his kit, we had Miguel ask, and we have these questions once again. We're trying to hit as many as we can. Pacific Rim kits, are they as detailed as the Bandai Gunpla? Once
Yes.
again, they are pretty detailed. I broke open the kit, same, good amount of runners, a good amount of detail. I'm trying to look for a couple particular ones. So I would say yes from what I've seen.
Yes,
Miami
they are
Gunpla.
exceptionally well detailed.
Yeah. In your opinion, which is the best rendition of the ARC 78-2? Um, I mean, the one that I have, which one's the one in the case? The 2.0?
The one you have in the case is the Origin.
The Origin. I would say the Origin, as of so far, and once again, this is just my opinion of my experience. The Origin, I like bigger kits because it's just more detailed altogether.
My controversial opinion is I like the 2.0 the best.
The 2.0.
The 2.0 is the one that looks like the 70s animation.
Right.
Like he's super rounded and super stylized.
Is that the one with the big gorilla hands?
He doesn't have like the gorilla hands so much. That's like the 3.0 is the one that has the notoriously large hands.
Okay.
The 2.0, like you can pose it in certain ways to make it look like the really bad animation screenshots from the 70s, like when they couldn't really draw on model all the time. Not a lot of people like that one, but I do because it's so wacky and so outside the norm
Right.
for them to do a kit in that style. So that one is personally my favorite rendition of the RX-78.
Right on. Richard said, I like the Kotabukali Pacific Rim kits a lot more than the recent Bandai ones.
Bandai ones.
Bandai ones. They really didn't have much to offer. Sadly, Bandai missed out on the license for the first film, which had much better design.
Right. That is the one sour point is the best designs in those movie series, in my opinion, were from the first movie, especially like the Cherno Alpha, like the Russian robot. Those didn't show up in the model kits, unfortunately.
So, all right, cool. Well,
So we're going to start out
go
here.
for it. So what do we got? What
This,
we got?
this is the 30-minute
30-minute
mission, Rabiot, which is kind of like the heavier armor shotgun-wielding robot of kind of like the good guy faction of the 30-minute missions. So these instruction manuals for the 30-minute missions are very, very clear. You see here, you can basically just run the runner top to bottom, and you'll build the head, the torso, the arms, the waist, and then the legs. And it's just 2 runners, very simple, and then 1 extra runner for his shotgun. But no polycaps, and just like everything else, no glue, no special cutter or anything required. What I'm going to be using to cut these out are a pair of my God Hand nippers. These are like the very expensive, essentially like the Cadillac of Gundam model nippers. But you can get by with even, like I said, nail clippers in a pinch, an X-Acto knife, or just like a regular set of clippers you get off Amazon for $3. Nothing too special. Okay. For a time, the only way you could get these was in Japan directly, but now there's a couple sites where you can buy them third party.
Yeah.
Pretty expensive though. They're like range from $30 to $50 a pop. So.
And this kit here that he's building, guys, hey 0915 Ope T-Bone, it's going very well here, my friend. Thank you so much for checking us out on Instagram. My Gunpla says the Versa of the Nippers game, Versace, Versace. I guess it means like
the Versace.
Oh my bad, I can't even pronounce the Versace. I mean that they're really good.
Yeah, they're very good. Probably a bit overpriced and a little overblown in what they really do for you, but
yeah, I personally don't see. I mean, I haven't messed around with them enough to see the difference.
Well, we can go over a little bit of that here. So let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so it lays out very clearly what we need. All right, we need parts 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 from this runner to build. We're going to start with the right arm. So I use the 2-clip method with the runners, which is 1 snip, and you're not getting too close to the part because the idea is you want to come back at it a second time, and that prevents stress marks and things like that from showing up on the part. So we've got the part cut out here, and then we'll come back to it with the cutters. Get close.
Bring the camera closer, or you think it's close enough?
It's up. You tell me. You're the one.
Miming Gunpla says, should I start the timer?
Oh no, I don't know because I'm going to be answering questions and talking and stuff.
No, it's good detail. So
If you guys want me to rush, but it's like you're going to have to do all the talking, Ed.
yeah, no, we'll end up talking about something totally random. So what we're doing is we're removing the pieces from the runner.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is against Ben's normal protocol.
I have a strange way of building things, and
Yes.
I don't recommend people use my method. I tend to just cut everything out at once, sand it, and then just assemble it all at once at the end.
Like
But-
literally, he has a box. Hang on.
Yeah, I'll just empty all the parts into the box and do it that way. But
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw it. It was pretty ridiculous that
Yep.
this box was sitting on the table full of pieces. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? He's, oh no, I'm just I'm cutting them all out. What?
For me, it was born of a methodology
Methodology?
in my sorry in
all
my
right.
head that I was always going to return to these and paint them and detail them up later. So I wanted to have everything sanded and cleaned up in advance. And whether I ended up doing that to kits or not was irrelevant. I just kind of ended up sticking with that way of building things.
And it's not bad. I mean, it's just whatever works for you.
Yeah, it's just like you say, just whatever works for you. Okay, so we've got all the parts for this first section cut out.
And if you guys follow along, the first section is referenced right here, right?
Yeah, this is what we're doing right here. Can you see that?
Yeah, they can see it.
Yeah, we'll bring this down just a little bit.
There we go. Perfect. Beautiful.
I don't want to
Beautiful.
spend too much time fiddling with the camera. All right. And we're going to cut out the joint pieces, which is on the B runner.
And the cool thing with these kits, guys, especially for a newbie, someone who hasn't done it before, like Ben had stated, like even when I was building, or when you build let's say a typical Gunpla kit, it can be scattered all around. You might have to pull 3, 4, 5 different number runners.
Right.
You need an A, a B, a C, a D. Here they have it: A, this is what you're pulling; B, this is what you're pulling. They're actually telling you what you're pulling, where you're pulling it from, and all that good stuff. You might want to push it back a little bit because it's refocusing a lot. There you go. And so now it's fairly simple to set it up. We have here Silverback Senpai says that Ben is a madman because of the way that he breaks his kits up. I agree.
And I've done that with my perfect raids and everything too, like the giant kits. It's just the way I do things. But it's like...
And that's okay. That's the great thing about Gundam. You could build it. I still want to do that video where I do everything horribly against what people think,
Right.
Like painting the pieces on the runner before you cut them out. Or paint it with like a paintbrush or like a spray paint can. We have here Miami Gunpla. Miami Gunpla says on Twitch, Gunpla on veteran mode. I agree 100%. He also says, I've lost pieces like that. I hate losing pieces.
Yeah, I won't lie. I've lost more than a couple in my day. But get a good flashlight and try to be in a room with white carpet, and you can usually manage.
Mm-hmm. Even here, we have concrete. Unless it drops into the rug, and the rug's more of like almost like a shag carpet.
Yeah.
It will disappear forever.
I've helped more than a few people here on build nights find something they dropped, and I've lost more than a few things myself that I've had people help me find.
Yeah, and we do the build nights, paint and build nights every Thursday night. Every Thursday night at 8 p.m. We start about 8, and we go till close, which is midnight. And you can come out totally for free. Bring the stuff you want to work on, or if you don't have a kit, we have kits here that a variety of kits here at very affordable prices that you guys can easily take advantage of. We have Miguel asking a question. During the building day at Flynn's, do you have people painting? My V Gundam Verka brings the pilot, but I don't want to even try to paint him, LOL. Any nimble painters? I would say, Miguel, yes, we have people dabbling in paint. Roxy does paint quite a bit. Roxy focuses more on like D&D figures, things of that nature, like D&D minis. Victoria, down south, she has painted as well quite a bit. We also have, even you, Ben, have worked on some painting.
Yeah, I've done some small bits of hand painting and things like that. We don't have a setup for if you're going to do like airbrushing or anything.
But he's talking about that little figure that comes in the kit.
Yeah, like if you want to do like hand painting with a brush and everything, we're okay for that now. But we're talking about in the future having a setup as well if you want to do more extreme things like airbrushing.
Right.
Something we're talking about.
Definitely. We're definitely kind of taking that to the next level.
Yeah,
So
but you're right. I've seen a lot of people come out here with minis and that kind of thing that they want to paint.
yes. Like remember, like we've had a couple people do it. Brian, hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you following us or commenting on Facebook. Appreciate that. So yeah, Miguel, come on out. Bring what you want to paint. I'm sure we can have we will have somebody here with something. But obviously, if you have questions, we're always here to answer questions. I know Geeks Outpost. Hey, thanks so much for checking us out on Instagram. Ben definitely is always willing to help. I'm willing to help or chat about Gundam or help in any way I can. I have a very not short amount of time in it, but still, it's what's it called? We're always here to help each other. Let's see what we have here. We have Eden. Eden says Eden skatey. I've lost pieces like that. I hate losing pieces. Yep, I lost so many pieces in the past. We have Silverback Senpai. Silverback says, what's your guys' take on Zoid's Gunpla?
I like Zoids.
I've seen Greek's Gunpla. Remember, is that one of the kits I showed you? Like they're animals.
Yeah,
right?
those are like
yeah,
the animal style ones.
Those were really cool. Like those were, I thought, like he's been building them. He's on Instagram at Greek's Gunpla. Check him out.
Those, like the Galgagar one I showed, are very, very detailed kits.
Right.
The older ones had a lot of motorization effects as well.
Really?
Yeah, like they actually had
move?
little wind-up motors. So they would walk and things like that. Like one of the first kits I ever built was actually a Zoid's Command Wolf that had a wind-up function like that.
Really? Dang.
Yeah, and they're neat little kits.
Well,
The new ones, like I say too, are especially, they're really got a lot of detail. Like the Shield Liger that came out, I believe that was a Kotobukiya kit. But the detail on that thing was just insane. They really went all out with it.
will the Zoid Gunpla kits make it to Flynn's one day? Silverback Senpai says, I don't know. Does Playmod sell those?
If they sell them and there's a demand for them, like if people
We'll actually buy them.
will actually buy them, like maybe we'll do one or two as like a test. But if people want them, we'll get them. Like the most recent order, I put on some Eureka 7 kits, which is an anime that was popular here for a while, but hasn't had much going on in it for a while. And I didn't think they would be super popular, and all of them are already gone. So
There you go.
If I see the demand is there, I will get more of them. So if I see one on the next time we do an order, I'll put a Zoids kit on there. And if it's something you like, pick it up, and then I'll just keep on getting more if I see the demand is there.
Yeah, and we're working right now, guys, on the expansion of Flynn's to another side. And so when that happens, we'll be able to have even more square footage, and we'll have dedicated build spaces. Maybe not every single day, but at least on the weekends. You know, have a couple tables set up there where you'll able to build. Hopefully, have a painting station one day. You know, a different elements, kind of like bring that whole vibe from Japan, where the Gundam building, like at least in my opinion over there, it is seen as an art. And even here, it is seen as an art, but they have like dedicated spaces for it. You know,
Yeah.
like hobby shops actually do this.
Because that's what they want. They want you to keep coming back and enjoying the hobby. And then they have a whole nother set of things there for you to buy in terms of the paint and the customizational options you can get for your kits.
Right. You know, I mean, what happens a lot of times with the build and paint stuff. Hang on, I don't want to miss questions. Sorry, guys. All right, so Silback Senpai says, I just want Liger Zero and all the other custom forms.
I personally, I'd want the Liger Zero Panzer. The green one with all the armor on the outside of it.
You know, I have actually. We might be getting Zoids sooner than you know it, because there's a buddy of mine who's up in like North Carolina, South Carolina, reached out to me a few months back. He has a bunch. And he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna send them to you."
Oh, sweet.
So hopefully we'll have them here sooner than later. And once again, guys, the stuff that I'm munching on is brought to you by, I don't know the name of this snack, but sponsor us. New snacks at Flynn's. All right, so Brian asked, dude, I can make a Flynn's Gaming water slide for your Gundam.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That would be killer, Brian. If you can do that, homie, that would be dope to do water slide on test. Chest, I actually have, I believe it was Rick who actually created us a custom Gundam. I always forget the name, I'm bad with names. The purple and green one that's in the case.
Right. The one that has like the Evangelion one.
Yeah, the Evangelion. Yeah, that one. So he made us that custom one. Water slide would be killer, man. Brian says just need to know the size. So what size do you think you should make them?
Oh, geez. For the it would depend on the scale we're going to do it in.
I
If it's
would
going
put
to
it
be,
on the I would put it on the mega size one,
if you're going to do it on the mega size one, then you could do a pretty big one because
and
the
we could
shield.
change the colors. We could like spray paint the colors of Flynn's. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. And because the mega size is so large, it's basically a giant canvas. You can do just about anything you want with it.
All right, so Brian, there you go. Look up the mega size one. It's not 1/100. It's like 1/160 or
The mega size is
1/160.
148.
1/148.
No, just
Oh,
148.
48. So yeah, it's fairly large. Um, Miami Gunpla says one piece kits are really nice too.
Yes, of like the Going Merry and the Thousand Sunny, the various pirate ships.
He says, yeah, they're like boats with figures from the anime.
Yeah, I don't even watch One Piece, but I know enough about just the model kits.
I told you guys, if it's a kit, Ben probably knows about it. So, or a show. I don't know how he finds all this time to be in a relationship, to watch anime, to like
Look, she's over there making a face, but she watches anime too. Okay, and she builds model kits as well. She's got no room to judge.
See, that's why it's important to have a supportive partner.
Oh yes, very important.
Danny, when she doesn't build the kits with me. Danny's my wife, just in case that's what I'm referencing. She doesn't not support the kits, but I wish I just had more space because whenever I have to build, I have to like clear off the kitchen table or something like that, to make the room.
Right.
Because our home's really not that big, but we make it happen. So, Eden, thank you so much. Flynn's is an amazing place. Well, you guys are amazing. We're amazing because we have amazing Flynn's family. And you know what? We wouldn't have been able to make it through all these trial and tribulations had it not been for the undaunting support of viewers like you. It sounds like PBS, but
Made possible.
made possible by viewers like you. Yes, I agree, 100%. She's got amazing hobbies. My wife is a professional makeup artist, so she has not special
It's kind of like
effects.
Gunpla, just for your face.
Yeah, just for your face. And, she's a very talented artist. You can go check her out as well on Instagram at MUA Danielle Ballas or Danielle Ballas Acevedo. I forget how it's spelled out, but anyways, that's her social media. Ben definitely will DM you on Instagram or Brian. Brian, if you can send us a message because I don't want to forget, that'd be awesome. Soberback says, Ben is like me. How do you make time for your hobby while maintaining a relationship? Was that a question or a statement?
Really, the thing is, I just try to get her involved as much as I can with my hobbies, and I try to get as involved as I can with hers. Really, the hard part finding time for things involves more of my job, really, than anything.
Yeah, screw work.
Yeah, but it's all about finding things you guys can enjoy together, and there will be certain things that you guys will not like, but it's a matter of give and take. Maybe put up with a few things that you don't like that she does, and maybe she puts up with a few things that you like that she doesn't necessarily like. At least maybe that's the idea anyway.
Okay. So, there you go, guys. You have it there that sometimes well, not sometimes.
All these
It's
questions
always,
about my personal life. Ooh.
it's always a give and take, and it always, comes down to the fact of, you're trying to find that happy medium. But I agree.
Find the kits that she likes. That's usually a good thing. Like my girl, she's not really too into like the crazy, like super, like badass looking robots, but she loves the really cute bear ones that Bandai keeps coming out with, the bear guys.
Yes.
She's got just about every single bear guy kit there is that has come out. And just like these guys with the 30-minute missions kits, they keep on releasing the same kit over and over again in different colors, but she just keeps on getting them. So.
And you see there, while we're talking, Ben is knocking these out. He's already got 2 arms complete with their hand.
The arms are complete.
And the shoulder.
And the little...
The torso,
yeah,
the waist
the lower
section
waist section.
is complete as well.
And now we're doing the legs.
Now we're doing the legs. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate the DM. I'll check it definitely when we get off.
But yeah, for those who haven't built like a kit before, this is just a good example of, I'm building this and I'm really barely even thinking about it. I've been answering your guys' questions, talking to you guys while we're doing it. But if you were to sit there and focus on this, you could probably build this even faster than I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, and he's still burning through them quite quickly. We have Albert said, man, I want to see some games. Well, Albert, come on down. We open tomorrow at 5 p.m., $10 Tuesday at the Flynn's. We have all the games you could possibly want. Actually, on that note, Silverback Senpai, a.k.a. Gerald, actually has been so kind to us and has purchased the Gundam PS4 game.
Ah, the Max
one.
Boost.
Yeah, the new one on our PS4s. So by all means, you guys are more than welcome to come out and give it a shot. They're on both PlayStations, I believe, PS4s. It is a fast-moving game, very interesting. The Gundam game for PlayStation 4, very very cool. Miami, and thank you Silverback for that as well. And if you're not following the Silverback Senpai, be sure to check him out. He streams like a crazy person. He's got Tekken going on. I know he's going through some gameplay, storyline games right now. So, check him out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. We have Miami Gunpla. Haros are great for girls. Haros really are great for anybody. They don't require actually nippers or anything.
No.
They're actually, you can pop them out or something like that, right? Or do they come pre-popped out?
I don't think they come pre-popped out, but they don't need much work to get them looking good. And they're very, very simple kit. I think it's just 1 or 2 runners. And they come in like a lot of different colors as well.
And
So
here at
just,
Flynn's, we sell them, I think, for like $6 or something like
yeah,
that.
and you guys got a couple different color options, I believe, as well.
And those usually go pretty quickly. Great for the kids, really. I mean, if you have kids or people with short attention spans that want to get into it.
Great for the kids, and great if you're a fan of the Gundam anime. Haro is like the mascot of the series, so it's great to just have one representation of a Haro, just to be able to put in your shelf with all the Gundams and stuff, because that's been the mascot of the series ever since the 70s.
Yeah, of course. 'Cause
And
it
it's
follows
actually
the
in
main
the
character around, right?
yeah, and he's in the logo for Sunrise Animation Studios, so he's a pretty big deal in terms of history of Japanese animation.
100%. We have Gunpla as well. The Hello Kitty Gundam is a really good start point for the females. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Terry from Terrific Treats on Instagram, she just got her hands on a Hello Kitty. If you guys don't know, we do have a Discord, and in our Discord, we do have a channel for build and paint night here at Flynn's, and we talk about different Gunpla stuff and other channels. I believe the Discord link is in the description, so be sure to check that out. We always greatly appreciate that. Let's see if we have any more questions as Ben continues to build. He says, Tanjaberry says, I have 2 of those bear kits, trying to get my daughter into building them too. We've had a couple of bear kits. We had like
Yeah,
the white
I got a bunch on the first order, and they all
flew
pretty
off
much
the
got.
shelf. See, that's the great thing. We try our absolute best, guys. We try our absolute best in order to buy or acquire different kits. Ben does a phenomenal job in getting different kits, having a wide variety, and not like 20 of the same kit necessarily. So that's really a blessing.
Yeah, if you guys come in,
shelf,
there's a good selection of stuff on there that if you're familiar with the shows, you will recognize. And then there's a lot of stuff in there that is directed more towards people that are just getting into it, that maybe aren't super familiar with the robots or anything like that. But there's designs that I think people that are new would probably like quite a bit.
So we got that going on, guys. All right, so back Senpai. So back Senpai says, yeah, I want to get a group for the Gundam game. Miami Gunpla says, I like posing my Gundam in provocative poses.
Ooh la la. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
All right, so that's what Miami Gunpla does in his spare time. On Twitch, he's on Twitch responding to us as well.
Does he have an OnlyFans?
Does he have an OnlyFans, dude? Oh, man. All right. So, as Ben continues to knock out, so for people doing this, for people building these 30-minute missions,
I'm doing a bad job of this because I'm not even looking at the booklet anymore.
yes, because Ben is so used to it. That's how much of a pro he is.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to look at the booklet. I recommend looking at the booklet if you haven't done this before. But nonetheless, it's definitely shows you that it's possible in order to get this accomplished fairly quickly. But once again, Gundam is not about necessarily getting it like in a time trial. It's about enjoying the hobby. Once it becomes tedious or tedious, I guess is the word.
Unless you like the tedium.
Unless you like exactly. Unless you like that, but I find that I pretty much build. I'll build like, okay, I'm gonna build the arm and the other arm, and then if I get to the waist, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna finish the waist, and then I'm gonna be done with it for the night. Put it back in its box, and then.
I like this one quite a bit already though, because it's the same basic setup as the other 30-minute missions kits I've built.
Okay.
But he's got much heavier armor. Like the parts are much thicker and beefier, kind of like he's a close combat unit, which makes sense considering he's armed with a shotgun.
Yeah, shotgun, spray and pray, right?
Yeah.
Changeberry asks here, I'll switch over. So I'm gonna put this right above the camera. So we found some new snacks at Flynn's. Some new snacks at Flynn's. I don't know what they are. I think they're referencing this guy's belly button. He's got an Audi. So they're like these sweet, kind of like cereal-like snacks that we got for here at Flynn's. And then also Ben has over there in his corner, if you want to pull the thing over, Ben has over here in his corner. He compared them to more like those puff.
Like those air puff potato chips.
Air puff potato chips. We always try to bring different things. Those are the snacks that we're eating. Tangeberry was asking about it. So, and of course here at Flynn's we have Ramoon and we have Pocky and Hello Pandas and noodles. We got the noodles stock. We got the fire ones, the udon, the veggie soon. I mean the Sananji or Sananja. I always forget the back how you pronounce it, but we got all those. Miami Complex. It's his belly button, man. Not it's his belly button. But no, I know it's weird. They have like this belly button thing on it, but I guess it's the reference. But I mean, they are very good. They're very, very tasty. And I can't read how much sugar or anything's in it. So, oh, there it is. On the side, it has a little tiny bit like English print over there. So, I don't know what they're.
Just enough so they can put it on the boat and bring it over.
Yeah, it says Korean traditional. Korean traditional. I don't know what it has in it. Well, I mean, it says here cinnamon, coconut.
I tried the little sriracha ones you guys had here last time when I was at the build night, and those were really good.
Yeah, I went back for them, and unfortunately,
I like the spicy snacks.
Yeah, like the after kick on that, like you like, oh, this is sweet, and then like that spicy.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
After, the wrinkles got me. All right, cool. So back to the 30. So what would you recommend? So Ben, really, all they need is the nippers, meaning the cutting tool, or some sort of even fingernail clippers or an X-Acto knife, and that's pretty much it. And then they go to town with it because it snaps together, guys. Remember, you do not need glue for this, so it snaps together.
All right, so I've got the legs built. Now I got to build the torso. And if you wanted to go the next level on these, like if you got the nippers and you liked what you saw and you dug the hobby, the next thing I would get would just be some popsicle sticks and some sandpaper, just to help clean up the model kit. Because even getting as close as you can with the nippers, you'll never get completely flush, even with these really nice, high quality nippers. So just to get rid of that last little bit of mark, you can sand that off with some sandpaper, wrap it around a popsicle stick to give yourself something to grip onto.
Now, what grade of sandpaper should they use?
400 is going to be just what you need to get off any little nubs or leftover pieces. And if you want to polish it up after that, 600 will do you just fine. So just those two sizes, you don't need anything special. And you don't even need a particular kind of sandpaper. This, like the regular 3M kind you see at Home Depot, will do you just fine.
And remember, with sandpaper, isn't it the larger the number, the finer grit it is?
Yeah, the higher the number, the more fine it is. So like an 80 grit is going to like just eat parts. So don't use anything with a super low number.
Unless you're going for battle damage.
Yeah, unless that's your intent. All right, so we're building the torso now. Okay, and then we need his neck, which will be on here.
So as he's continuing to build this kit, you know, you're looking at 30-minute mission. It's great. We plan to have in the near future a paint and build night for families or for people in general. And we plan to include in that particular evening, all under one fixed investment, if you will, one fixed cost, the kit included. Now we are going to get all the same color and all the same kits so that no one can say, oh, I want the red one, I want the white one. No, it'll be all the same. We'll put a special order in. We'll definitely get that up and running. We have here, Miami says the nail shop has a really, and what does that say? The nail shop has really good, or I guess sanding blocks. That's what you're talking about for the nail shop.
Yeah, like the kind you would use when you're doing like a manicure or something like that. Those work really well if you're going to be sanding nubs and that kind of thing down.
See, that's what it's about, Gundam. Just getting creative, figuring out things to use. I mean, I believe Rick was the one who told me about the matte spray bottle. What is it, Krylon or something?
Yeah, a matte coating on a model kit, will help bring down some of that plastic shine and make it look less like a toy.
Yeah, more like a robot.
Yeah, and like more like an actual machine. So, and a matte coating, like he says, you can just get a regular old can of Krylon.
That's from home Walmart. Walmart has them where the
Yeah,
spray paint
Walmart
is.
has them, Lowe's has them, all kinds of stuff. All basically any kind of home improvement store will have some kind of flat coat paint, and those will really help bring an extra level of detail to your kits as well for relatively no monetary investment.
Yeah, it was like $5 or $6. It can last quite a bit, quite a while.
Yeah.
And then you kind of mess around with spraying techniques. And even on my Zaku that I did, I accidentally sprayed it too long, but then it kind of looked cool because it looked like it was like snowish, kind of like
Yeah, like
frost on its
because
arms.
the humidity kind of messed with the paint.
Yeah, because I didn't know what I was doing. And it was like,
The
you
first
know,
the first model kit I ever painted.
coating it.
The first model kit I ever painted before I got an airbrush, I did with the little Tamiya rattle cans, which are basically just little quarter size rattle cans of paint, but they're in a lot of the colors you might find in Gundam model kits. So I had mine done in like an orange and like an olive drab, and it was a ground type GM, but that was all done with rattle cans, and that was my first kit that I had ever painted.
Yeah, and that's how simple it is, guys. Just to really get into it and give it a shot. See what happens with it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Not a whole lot. So where are you at, Ben, on the
I'm
build?
just about done. I think this is, other than the weapon and the head, almost done.
So,
Who's
one,
been timing me? Are we timing me?
yeah, anybody timing Ben out there? We're not even. I didn't time him.
So I feel like if I don't do this in 30 minutes, I will have like lost some of my cred.
It's been less like you. I think the timer said on the live thing like 29 minutes
Oh,
or like
see?
30, like 29 or 30, and it said down to 52 minutes. So it's not 30 minutes yet. So you still got time. But yeah, these are great kits to kind of like mess around with, and there's all types of colors and builds and the intricacy and being able to swap them out. Now, why or when, better yet, what's the history behind this 30-minute mission? Like, when did they begin to release them? Like,
These are fairly new. These have only been out for about a year.
okay,
And Bandai always does model kits outside of Gundam. Gundam's their primary thing. Mm-hmm. But this is kind of thing they've been getting into more lately. Like Kotobukiya's had a line for a while of just like generic styling robots and parts and weapons and things.
right.
They had like a certain amount of, you could take them and combine them with other kits and make something basically out of your own imagination. And Bandai is kind of jumping on that train with these 30-minute mission ones. And a lot of the stuff, the great thing about that is they're not like in direct competition. A lot of this stuff, they're compatible with one another, even though they're made by different companies. Anything with a 3mm peg will work with 30-minute mission kits. So a lot of these extra weapon kits that come from Kotobukiya and things like that will
Like the
work.
ones we have here, like the flight kit.
Yeah, they have things like that made by other companies, and they'll work just fine with the Bandai ones.
So there's a lot of interchangeability.
A lot of interchangeability, and I'll show you when this guy's done what I mean about how they are even cross-compatible with the mainline Gundam kits. So a lot of these parts, like if you say like the machine gun or the shotgun on this guy, but you want to put it on your Gundam or your Zaku, you could totally do that because the parts will fit.
Man, leave it to the Japanese.
Yeah, tell you about it.
Think everything through 100%, you know?
Well, almost everything.
Yeah, almost, yeah, almost everything. And then, but you have these kits that the interchangeability is just remarkable. We'll be
Yeah.
able to kind of fluctuate between everything and anything. But Miami Gunpla is timing you at 22 minutes.
22 minutes. Oh, I'm good. I'm
22
good.
minutes.
All right, we just got to do the head. I should actually look at this booklet once in a while. Where even is the head in here?
I think it's on the is right
Oh,
there.
there we
Yeah,
go. It's right at the
there's-
end.
on
Well,
that
it's
side.
only 3 pieces. Why did I even bother?
This is not a real grade kit. This is not a master grade.
I
kit.
haven't built a real grade yet, but I need to get on it.
You haven't built
I have never built a real grade kit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those are kind of like the vein of my existence because like it's the size of a high grade kit, but the intricacy of something insanely.
Yeah, like the
More
intricacies of a
complex.
master grade.
Yeah, exactly, but on a smaller scale.
So we've already got the core robot built, and now we just need his weapon. Yeah, but this guy's a lot beefier than the other ones I've built. He's got like a lot more going on in the upper body. So I will sit him down over here while I build the shotgun.
So pretty much we're just down to the weapon, everybody. Miami Gunpla says kit bash.
Yes, kit bashing. These are great for kit bashing.
And when we say kit bashing, we're referring to what?
Kit bashing is when you take parts or leftover pieces or even something that's not a model kit, maybe just like a piece of junk you have lying around, and you combine it with a model kit to make something wholly original. It's a term that you've seen a lot, like in especially like classic film props, like when you think about like the Enterprise and all those model kits. Back in the day when the Star Trek show needed a new ship to show up that the Enterprise would meet, they would just take a bunch of parts out of the model parts bin they had, slap together the engines in different ways and the parts to make a new ship. And that would be, oh, this is the Farragut ship that showed up, or this is the USS like the Lexington,
or it's a
whatever.
Romulan or whatever the case is.
Exactly, and it was just parts left over in a bin, and that's what real modelers do as well. Like if you have, say for a Gundam, you like this particular gun, but you don't like the barrel, you could modify the barrel a little bit to make it suit your tastes, and then say like combine it with like a piece of rubber tubing you have lying around in a parts bin at home, and make that be like an energy cable coming off the gun, like he's powering it from a separate reactor or something like that.
Right.
So
that's what we mean, guys, when we say kit bashing. Miami Gunpla says that the RG Sazabi
Yes, the RG Sazabi is one of the best
real
kits
grade
around.
line, in my opinion.
Yeah, the RGs have the reputation of being kind of fiddly, but the new ones have gotten really, really good. The Sazabi he mentioned is one of the ones in particular.
We had it here for, didn't we have it? Or no?
You did, and it sold pretty much immediately. It's good that they're selling because it means my taste is vindicated, but it also means I need to order more of them because they're going very quickly. All right, so that's it for this guy already. The only other things are the backpack, which is just this little two-part plug there, and then the shotgun. There we go. And that's the Rabiot.
For everybody on Instagram. Oops, his arm popped off. Man down, man down.
There we go.
If you want to tilt it flat so everybody can see it from above.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forget we have multiple
right.
cameras
so there
working
you go.
here.
All right, perfect.
But that's the Rabiot.
And that took, Miami, how much time has he got? So, and then of course you could go back, sandpaper it,
clean them up, do a little bit more work to it.
Exactly, and move on.
And the other thing that comes with, if you want to do a little bit of customization, is they come with these neat little sticker sheets with a variety of numbers and markings. So if you wanted to mark them up, like say this was Unit 2 or however you wanted to do it, you have the option of adding that on there, these little stickers. But just like a comparison, this was some of the other 30-minute mission ones I did. This is the Alto in white, and this is the Rabiot in black. And you can see, just like he's the same style, but this one's a lot beefier. But that's part of the great thing about these kits is the interchangeability. So let's say I like the smaller arms on the Alto here, but I like the big body on this guy. You can just take these off, no problem, and switch between them until you find a style you like. And the pegs are completely compatible. So you pop them in there, and all the posability is retained. And then he's got those much slimmer arms. And vice versa. If I like the big arms, like maybe this is going to be like a melee brawler unit. So he's got some additional armor on his shoulders. You can switch them between the two. And actually, I kind of like that a bit better on this guy. Mm-hmm. He looks good with the big arms.
The wider shoulders.
Yeah. And the weapons, I believe, are compatible as well. Like
you just took that part off.
Yeah, like the barrel comes off of this, and there are other weapon kits you can get to make this like a spear type weapon.
Really?
And other things like that. And on these guys, they come with like a boxing glove style knuckle weapon. And you can put a sword on the end of these from other kits as well to make it be different kinds of weapons they can carry. And it works with the heads and every part as well. Like the slim head you could replace with a heavier head from the one we just built for a different look. And all these option kits and things we have here as well. So depending on what you wanted to do, you could add that on. And the other thing too is, like I said, a lot of these are compatible with Gundam kits. So this is one of the basic Gundam Wing kits. This is the Leo. And this is kind of like this is the run-of-the-mill grunt suit. Basically just get blown up by the Horde. But these can all be swapped out for different parts as well. because that peg size, like I said, is pretty much identical. So if I wanted to give him, make this be like a heavy-armed Leo with some big beefy arms, you can switch them between the two.
And actually, like now that I'm handling the 30-minute mission, you could actually, like we were talking about these being toys, you could play with these.
Yeah, you could clean them. You could clean them up, and you could even glue them together permanently so that they would stay together better.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, there you go. There you have a Leo.
And think if your kid pops the arm off, you could just swap it out with another one. Dang, that's cool.
But that's why I like these guys so much, and I'll probably be getting more of them in the future. And this is the other one, the Portanova, which is pretty much like the 30-minute mission enemy kit. Probably more in line. I think the arms would look better on this guy. But you can see there the different style weapons. And all these little holes, the 3mm pegs, are so you can add additional armor and things like that.
Man.
That come with these different kits. Sorry, one second, I dropped a piece.
Yeah, he dropped a piece. So guys, you have it there. From the one and only UbersCosplay. We've been spending time. He dropped a piece. I think he found it. Did you find it? Yep, he found it. We have different kits and 30-minute missions that you're able to just enjoy, sit back, and like we have here. Miami Gunpla said that he was well within the time frame of 30 minutes, and he was talking. And of course, Ben, yes, he has done this before.
Yeah,
he's done this before quite a bit.
I'm gonna put the Leo arms on the Alto.
But it's definitely a interesting a take on it, just something much more feasible, because a lot of times with Gundam, just in closing guys, a lot of times with Gundam it can be a very overwhelming, a very daunting task of what's going on in terms of like, what kit do I choose, what do the grade levels mean,
yeah,
the intricacy.
And that's why these are so great, because it's such a little monetary investment, and you just get some familiarity with it and see what you like, and then you're like,
yeah. And they'll say 30. They'll say on the kit, guys, it'll say 30 mm. Let me switch camera so that you guys can see this. It'll actually say right there, if you want to go up, right there in that part, it'll say 30 mm.
Yep.
And that'll be an indicator that that is a 30-minute mission that you're able to, make use of and be able to, have fun with and enjoy. And yeah. So guys, we always like to try to keep this. Miami Gunpla says Ben is a living legend. Yes, the one and the only. We are very fortunate, blessed to have him.
I like this too, because they give you like a little bit of blurb, like stuff they make up.
Oh, really?
The robot. Like, this isn't from an anime, but they give you a little something. The 4th generation EX Max units belong to the Earth Alliance forces developed by Cyrus, an IT corporation. This is not based on anything. They're just totally making this stuff up.
They're like
using the operational data of the Alto units. Hard points are placed throughout each unit, and they can also be equipped with armor, weapons, and even arm units for Alto units, giving them highly expansive offensive and defensive capabilities. They are standardly equipped with a beam shotgun. The rifle units can be exchanged with existing weapons and customized to suit missions.
And even on the bottom, what's the deal on the bottom? It's saying where you can add stuff to it?
Yeah, it's saying where you can put the markers and then some of the option kits. Because you see here, it's got one that's got like a combat knife and extra armor on its shoulders. Well, you buy these 3 option sets, which is an option armor, sets 1 and 2, and an option weapon, and you can make it be like you see in these photos. Or you can just mix and match these any kind of way you want. And you can see here different colors as well.
Awesome. See, guys, what joy and fun. Beam shotgun, how would that even... He said... Zenitram 1337 says beam shotgun. How would that even work?
Just spray and pray.
Exactly. I'm thinking more like a diffuser.
Yeah.
Where the beam goes in and goes. Woo, you know what I'm saying?
Char in Char's counterattack, his Suzabi has a beam shotgun.
And that's the principle behind it. It's like,
yeah, you see him fire and he takes out like 3 dudes at once with it because it's just like a spread.
Okay, so diffuses the beam. Here we are talking about the technical of weapons.
What's the spread look like on that? Enough to take down about 3 Yagans.
Yeah, I would. See, shotguns.
Ed's like, what the hell is a Yagan?
Shotguns are very think like it's a grab and go weapon, but in reality, unless you know really how to use it, you can do some serious damage to people you may not intend to hurt.
Yeah. Unless you know what's on the other side of that door.
Yeah, unless you know what's on the other side of the door, and even then, depending on the load. But we're not going to start talking about firearms.
Yeah. I think these guys aren't too concerned with whatever they're hitting.
No, they're out in space. And,
yeah, they're not too concerned with
if you're in a mech
damage.
fighting something, it has escalated.
You got bigger problems when you got this guy stomping around
than
your
home
neighborhood.
invasions, So I agree 100%. Any of the last? All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap up here. Any last questions or comments for Ben or myself here at Flynn's? We have what's the spread look like? Miguel, check the Cyberpunk trailer they showed. I'm a firm. I'm a Farron MA laser. Interesting, Miguel. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, really appreciate you checking out. Trying to keep it right around an hour. We really appreciate your time and your willingness to be with us this evening. We talked about different type of feminine kits, girly kits, or girl kits, women, kits that you may enjoy, or your significant other, or daughter, or even yourself may enjoy building. Just kind of change it up a little bit. And then Ben walked us through building a 30-minute mission here. The Alto, right? No, is it the Alto?
This is the Rabiot.
Rabiot. The Rabiot we have as well. And then we have a bunch of other kits here at Flynn's also. So back standby, well done. Stream you too. I'll do something about the headphones and mic stuff. Hey, so back standby, it's all good. I appreciate you, brother. Miami Gunpla said, thanks so much for doing this. You guys make me look forward to Mondays. All right. Well, that's the whole point. So anyways, guys, just in closing, remember we have the kits here for purchase. We've priced them as affordable as possible. We do our build and paint night on Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, all these different channels. And we open tomorrow 5 for $10 Tuesdays at Flynn's. I'll be here working behind the counter, just hanging out, having a good time. I'll let Ben kind of leave us out in terms of where to find him if you want to contact Ben.
Right. You guys can find me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everything as UbersCosplay, UBERS Cosplay. And guys, leave a comment on the videos when they go up and everything, and let us know what you want to see in the future. If there's like a particular kind of kit you want us to focus on, or like a particular kind of skill, like if you want to know more about panel lining or detailing or airbrushing or that kind of stuff, let's look at that and we'll see about doing stuff like that in the future. We want to hear what you guys want to see.
100%. Great reminder, Ben. Thank you so much for that. Reminder, yeah, leave comments, questions, guys. It's all about you guys and answering those questions. If there's a technique or a build, we just want to like do what we want to do. We will, but we want you to be involved.
We're going to do that anyway, but we want to know what you guys want to see too.
Exactly.
Like if there's any one of these you guys want to focus on in the future, just let us know.
And we can break it down, guys. So really appreciate y'all. Hope you have a great rest of the evening, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Live long and prosper. Just flip your mic up.